To access the Workload Analyzer from Spotlight Cloud, select Workload Analyzer from the Drill Downs drop-down list. The Workload Analyzer home screen has a resource selector on the top bar, which shows you a breakdown of resources for the selected time period. You can change the time period from selecting from one of the pre-built options on the right hand side or specifying a custom time period. Once you select a time period, the information on the Workload Analyzer home screen will be updated. From the body of the Workload Analyzer home screen, we can see the active time graphed over the period as well as the total for the period. We can see any blocking that occurred during that time and high-level properties of the instance. We can also see a resource breakdown over the time period. The metric viewer allows us to graph and compare particular metrics side by side. And finally, the KPI viewer allows us to see key performance indicators for the time period. Drilling down the KPIs shows us more information about them and also allows us to graph them for the period. You can select multiple KPIs together to have them graphed at the same time. Graphing the KPIs is useful as it will identify any particular peaks during the period. You can also drill down on the resource breakdown. The resource breakdown drill down screen will show you a breakdown over time as well as a total for the time period. The weight events are listed below, organized by category, subcategory, and their total, minimum and maximum values for the period are listed, as well as the percentage change for the same time period 24 hours ago. Returning to the Work Analyzer home screen, we're now going to drill down on the LOC resource. By clicking on LOC, we filter out all the non-LOC relevant information. And using the dimension viewer, we can drill down and filter the information even further. First of all, I want to identify which database is experiencing the most locking. In this example, it's the sales database. Drilling down on the sales database, I now want to see which users are doing the locking. In this example, we can see that one user is doing all the locking in the sales database for the selected time period. We can now drill down and see what SQL statements that user was running during this time period. And we can see there was one SQL statement that was doing all the locking. Selecting that SQL statement will allow us to see the locking and blocking that the user was doing during the time period. And we can drill down on the SQL statement to view the full SQL statement, as well as opening the plan and the statement itself within Management Studio. Returning to the home screen, we're now going to look at the CPU resource. By selecting the CPU resource from the resource selector, we filter out all the non-CPU related information. And again, using the dimension drill down screen, we can drill down and filter the information even further. Again, I want to see which database is consuming the most CPU resource. In this example, it's AdventureWorks. So drilling down on AdventureWorks, we will see what SQL statements were running during this time period and consuming the most CPU resource. Selecting a particular SQL statement, we can see all the CPU related information for that statement, and we can drill down on the KPIs for that statement. That's how you use Workload Analyzer in Spotlight Cloud.